Hi guys, welcome back to the Scruffy Fam. So I am super excited to be making this video today. This has been probably a year in the making that I've been wanting to do this, and today I finally have all the stuff in. So we're gonna go through my seed starting setup, and I got all of this on Amazon for 160 bucks. So I'm gonna show you what I got, kind of explain some of the whys, and then we'll get it all set up. So here is the haul of boxes. It actually doesn't seem like that many, but one of these is a shelf system that I have to put together. And then there's some little stuff that we got. All right, so let's get unboxing. Alright, so now I'm going to go through and kind of tell you everything that I got. And absolutely we'll have links down in the description below so that you can go pick this up for yourself if this is something that you're interested in starting. So first of all, super boring but necessary. We have a power strip. And then this here is our heated mat for the seedlings. It's especially important for like tomatoes and peppers. So these are cloth grow bags. I got these because I had been using peat pots, but then I kept seeing people talk about how peat pots didn't really break down, and it's still really easy for small plants to get root bound because they can't break through the walls. These, however, are super thin. They'll still stand up once I have the soil in them, but they're going to be much easier to water. It's not going to be like the peat just absorbs all of the water and then the soil doesn't get any. And then also the little tiny roots will be able to bust through. So it'll be super easy to see if I need to start transplanting them up. I got this. So it says bird feeder chain. This is actually what's going to be used to hang the grow lights from the shelf so that I can keep them at the right distance from the plants. We have a timer because we want to have an on-off cycle for the lights, similar to as if the plants were outside. And then these are going to be my seed starting trays. So I'm going to fill the little cloth pots with soil, put them in here, and then I can bottom water and fill the tray with water, and then they'll absorb it up. I know right off the bat that these are not going to be the highest quality trays that I can get. There are lots of homestead YouTubers that can point you in the right direction for really high quality ones that are going to last many seasons. However, just to get started, I just kind of needed something to work. So even if this only works one season, like I said, this entire setup was only $160. So I'm not out a whole ton. Plus it comes with little plant markers, which I may or may not actually use, but we'll see. So then this is our shelf. It's not a very big one. It's a 3-shelf unit, as you can see in this little picture here. So I just don't have the space at our urban homestead to start all the plants that I would love to. So realistically, we're only going to be doing like maybe a full tray. I might you know, do more as I kind of get into it and get a rhythm and see how this goes. But definitely for this season, I think we're probably just going to be one tray. So really we just need a shelf, a light, and then the way to hang it. So that's what we're rolling with for our very first season of starting our own seeds. And then I also got this fish emulsion. This is basically just going to be our food because the seed starting mix doesn't have a whole ton of nutrients in it. And I actually forgot, I think the seed starting mix is still upstairs. It might be in the garage. But anyway, it's the Cocoa Noir blocks from Burpee. You just add water and it fluffs up. I didn't include this because that's going to be more of the actual seed starting process. I just wanted to order it as part of everything else, so I already had it on hand. It just made it easier for me. Okay, so now we come to the most important part of this whole thing, the actual grow light. So I did decide to go with a T5 fixture. This one comes with bulbs, but I can switch it out with whatever bulbs I want. A lot of the LED systems that I was looking at, the bulbs were actually included in the whole thing. So if one of them ever died or was damaged, you have to replace the entire unit. So I figured this was going to be more cost effective in the long run. So, and these lights that come with it are 6500 Kelvin. So that will be plenty of light for starting our seeds and then some of the initial green growth. Okay, so this is not actually going to live in the office here, or craft room. However, where it's going to live is upstairs, and that's where all of our bedrooms are, and it's very difficult to find a time when we do not have at least one sleeping child upstairs, especially with newborn twins. So I'm going to probably build and assemble this down here in our craft room, and then so that I can show you and actually talk about it, and then we will move it upstairs later. So I'm now at the point of putting together my actual light fixture, and I kind of wanted to show you guys what it looks like so that you can kind of see what I was talking about. All right, so here's a fixture. As you can tell, it's reflective. That's going to help keep the light going down. There's these little notches here. That's where the tubes go. There's one on each side. These are the actual tubes in the box that they sent with it. And this is what the tube looks like. Basically just a really, really long light bulb. So, orient my hands here. Okay, so how this works is you just slide them. You want to make sure that this little notch here, you can kind of see that, is facing straight up and down in line with this opening. So that side's good. Sorry, it's kind of disorienting with the reflection there. Just be gentle with it. There. Okay, so now we have both sides in. Cut over to this side so people don't get sick. There's the other side, and then all you're going to do, and now that both sides are lined up, what you're going to do is turn it. And this is a lot easier if you can do it with both hands at once. But you can see when this groove isn't lined up anymore, that's what's going to hold the bulb in here. So I've got this one here when I set the camera down and actually rotate it all the way to lock it in, and then do the other 3 slots that are on this fixture. Okay, so now that we have all 4 of the bulbs locked in place, the nice thing about this one is, sorry if this is blindingly bright for a second here, we can choose which lights we have on. So everything looks like it's working great. So now I'm going to go ahead and get this onto the shelving unit. Okay, so here's our final setup, and as you can tell, there's always a little bit of a glitch somewhere. So these lights were supposed to fit inside. However, I'm thinking that they and the shelf are both 24 inches wide. As you can see, I kind of have them at an angle here, which honestly is going to work perfectly fine because you can see the whole tray is covered in light, and it's probably not going to be a big deal, but just for my own peace of mind, I will be looking for a slightly wider shelf and probably a tad bit more sturdy because I don't want this to, it's fairly sturdy for right now, but I have little kids, so it has to be kid proof. So I probably will be upgrading this very shortly. When I do that, I will definitely go ahead and post it on my Instagram so that you guys can see what we decided to go with. But, you know, I could have just gone to the hardware store and gotten some chain, but I really liked that it came with the fixtures as well. So I can probably shorten that so there's not as much hanging up there. But yeah, so this is... I think this is going to work great for us for this year. So I do have some seeds that are coming in. I have one order that I've already received and another one that I need to place still. So that's not going to be part of this video, unfortunately. That's going to be a separate one later that talks about what I'm planting. I already have some seeds that we will be trying, and then very shortly also I'm going to be doing some winter sowing, kind of giving that a go again this year. So definitely stay tuned for both of those. I'm ridiculously excited to get this thing up and running for our first season, actually growing everything from seed. And I did want to say that there's a lot of the setup that you could actually do cheaper than I did. If you already have like a timer for your Christmas lights, you can totally repurpose that in the spring for this. I did buy one because we don't have one. I got a power strip with a ridiculously long, I think it's a 20-foot long cable, because where we're going to set this, the only outlet, we're in a really old house, the only outlet is up and over the hallway and down. It's like 16 feet away, keeping it kind of out of the walkway. So that was a little bit more pricier than your standard power strip if you can just plop this next to an outlet. And if you have your own seed starting mix already, that would save an expense. If you have your own fertilizer already, there's another expense. And then also the grow bags, like if you've been buying plant starts and you've saved the little containers, you can totally use those. I would probably sterilize them first just in case, but yeah, they're absolutely usable. So whatever you can get, I mean, I probably could have gotten this set up for closer to 100 if I already had some of that stuff. So this is a really, really great beginner setup, and I'll do a quick pan over to kind of show you its final home once we get everything set up, like the timer and the power strip and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for coming along with us. Stay tuned because I am ridiculously excited to do seed starting this year, if you can't tell already. And we will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.